I'm Lee Jackson, Technical Director for Travis Perkins and been in the industry for over 30 years. Now, before we get into the finer details of the WholeHouse design platform, you should really be familiar with the basics. If not, I'd recommend going back to the previous videos in this series, where I demonstrate the steps needed to arrive at this design here. So in this chapter, I'm going to cover some of the more advanced topics. We're going to do a little on the heating and ventilation options. We're going to take a closer look at the WholeHouse design efficiencies and how the platform handles consequential changes to your design. Firstly, let's consider heating and ventilation. With the ongoing changes to the regulations, this can be a really complex part of the design process, and the penalties of getting this wrong can be substantial. Will we need PV? What about overheating? Or what kind of space will we require to make effective use of an air source heat pump, for example? So to answer the question, let's drop back into the design and look at the heating. Firstly, do we want gas or an air source heat pump? Let's go with an air source heat pump for now. Sticking with the air source heat pump, let's take a look at the rear of our property. If I now change this to gas, you'll see that PV is automatically added because it needs it to comply with the regulations. You'll see as the PV was added, the air source heat pump was removed. Now returning back inside to our property, you'll see that the air source heat pump and cylinder has been removed and the gas boiler is now shown in the cupboard under the stairs. So as you can see on the screen, we've got other options here for an air source heat pump. If I flick back quickly, you will now see that our cylinder has now been added into the cupboard space when we now have got larger radiators because of the air source heat pump. But I can quickly now change that, also now showing that we have no radiators on the ground floor, still having all the plumbing inside with our POC unit. Looking under the stairs, you can see as we toggle between an air source heat pump with underfloor heating through to an air source heat pump with radiators, and even changing right the way back to our gas boiler. As I make the changes, you can see the price changing directly on screen. This is where WholeHouse comes into its own. By moving the plant into this space, it removes the need for an airing cupboard on the first floor. This has several benefits. It now enables all of the doors in the property to be the same size, without increasing the size of the landing. Now, let's talk about the plumbing. Incorporating WholeHouse into your workflow enables you to tackle complex plumbing tasks off-site, ensuring easy installation without disrupting your on-site timelines. And for example, the challenge of lifting a heavy unit to the first floor. This PUC, or prefabricated utility cupboard, removes all of the install challenges and enables the space under the stairs to be utilised while simplifying the installation, reducing the risks that would normally be encountered when making these type of decisions. Now onto ventilation. We can quickly switch between a standard DMEV ventilation system to an MVHR system. And you can see very quickly that not only has it allowed for the unit to be installed in the loft, it also applied a deck and all the reinforcement to the trusses required. Now, usually this kind of change is intricate and technical, but with the WholeHouse platform, complexity becomes simplicity. Every detail has been considered up front, from the positioning of the MVHR unit to the necessary access requirements, ductwork arrangements, the vent positions and placement in the rooms, all seamlessly addressed by our design team. This level of foresight enables you to understand not only the process, but the true material cost of the system, which we've detailed in another video in this series. Now back to PV. As we've now selected an air source heat pump to be the main heat source, we don't need PV to comply with the regulations. However, we can still select PV and add them to our design. We can quickly select whether they go on the front of the property or the rear, all with the knowledge that it's compatible with all the other selections we've made so far. At this point, we can add on the EV charging at the front of the property and see all of the drawings and the bill of materials update in real time. So those are just a few of the illustrations that demonstrate the innovation that's gone into the WholeHouse platform. For more on how WholeHouse allows you to save time and build smarter, take a look at the other films in this series. Thank you for watching.